Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, where today we have a new mission, and this is consisting of taking down 2 enemy battleships, which are withdrawing. As the description writes, you must design and build 1 or more capital ships that are able to catch up and destroy 2 enemy battleships that are retreating to their base. These battleships might be old, but should not be underestimated. They are quite fast and dangerous to fight at close range. A technology that assists remote detection will be very helpful. 2 advanced destroyers will escort your forces. Now I have 90 million to build. I can go for 3 bonuses. Well, 1 of 3 that is. Enhanced firepower. Enhances your gun tech. So overall you can get bigger guns. You can go for maneuverability and survivability, which again would be really quite handy because this allows you to close in a little faster and at the same time at both close and long range take less damage. Or the other option is reconnaissance and other. Improves sensors, maneuverability and explosives. Now since I don't exactly know where the other battleships are, I'm going to go for recon and other. Okay, you have a couple of options. You can go for a Dreadnought 4 with a displacement of maximum of 62,000 tons, or a Battlecruiser 3 with a displacement of 36,000 tons. Main guns, what sort of caliber do we have to work with? 16-inch. That is very sizable. If I go for battlecruisers, can I fit the same? You can put 16-inch guns on a battlecruiser. Now for reference, Yamato, the biggest battleship ever, had 18-inch guns. And we can put 16-inchers on a cruiser. Well, a battlecruiser to be fair, but still. The challenge is going to be to catch up to whatever I'm chasing down. So let's say I'd need to do at least 30 knots. At least. Let's see if I can build a Dreadnought that can do that. What do we have? Do we have diesel too? Wow. That is good stuff. It makes your engine weigh less. Makes it cost more, but then again, I have 90 million to work with. I should be fine. It gives you less fuel stowage, but again, not a problem because I'm not in campaign. Less engine damage chance, faster ship repairs on the engines, and you get a propulsion of 14 horsepower per ton. If you want to go fast, I could go for the double-geared engine or steam turbines, which is going to make my ship 4 tons heavier. Sorry, 4,000 tons. I'm gonna go for diesel because overall it's gonna make my engines go or get repaired faster. Range, not important, down to very short. Fuel type. I'm a battleship and I want to go very fast, so I'm gonna need quite a bit of funnel capacity. So I think full oil burners are going to give me the most funnel capacity. And then if I throw on the forced draft boilers, I might be able to get away with fewer boilers, or fewer funnels. Auxiliary engine. Yes. Gives me better acceleration, better turn radius. Both of those, however, are not really needed. It does also give you better ship repair capability. Another 50% on the engines and 40% overall on all the modules of your ship. Turret reverse is not really that important because I'm chasing. But still, I think that this, if it doesn't make it too heavy or too expensive, should be okay. I just took another 3,000 cash. So, 3 million. Then we got the engine shaft, or propeller shaft. This is going to give me maximum speed, less maximum speed penalty if I get engine damage. I don't think I really need any of these. Maybe 1? Just to get that 5% ship repair? But it's another 15% to the engine cost. Yeah, let's not. Alright, armor then. I'm gonna go for Krupp 4. If this is available, I usually go for it. Does make your armor 3 times the price. But then again, 90 million. It also makes your armor a fair bit lighter. See, if I'm carrying around iron plate armor, I'm looking at 33,000 tons. If I'm upgrading that to Krupp 4, I'm going down to 25,000 tons. So that's a massive change. It's 8,000 tons of armor. whereas I'm getting more strength. Displacement. How big can you get? You can go to 62,000 tons. I'm going to need so much funnel capacity on this one. Main tower. I need long-range accuracy. That's going to be critical on this mission. So Tower 12, Advanced Tower 12, with its 45-point flat bonus to long-range accuracy is probably the best. The other ones are all worse. So let's go for the Tower 12. I'm going to place this as far back as I can to put as many guns as possible on the bow. That's the plan, because I'm pursuing. Now, we're going to throw on a secondary tower. Not a whole lot of room, just one slot. Now, these new towers do have one thing that's very fancy, and that is built-in room for funnels. So let's throw on the mega funnel. 70 funnel capacity. That is the biggest thing that I can fit. And I think I can fit... Yeah, I can fit 2 of them. How much does that give me? 100% fuel efficiency, or engine efficiency. Oh, that's excellent. Alright. Barbettes. A big superimposed barbette. Maybe I can fit 3 turrets on the bow. There is going to be one problem. That is going to offset my weight to the front quite a lot. And that could be a problem. No, centerline. I kind of want those 16-inch guns. But unfortunately they don't fit on one of those medium barbettes. I could fit a super large one. So the huge superimposed barbette. But then that begs the question, can I actually fit another one in front? I can. Okay. Now, a triple barrel is actually not ideal, as I have found. Because a triple barrel turret gives you a penalty to accuracy. Because, for some reason, the triple barrel turrets were just not very accurate. So let's go for a dual barrel. One here. And one there. So we've got a 4 weight offset of 14%. That is, however, not yet counting anything that I put on the stern. So I'm on the stern also going to put a turret, and then the weight offset is 3.4%, which is something I can live with. Now, time to upgrade the rest of the tech. I want pretty hefty armor on the barbette, because this is a very important gun. Next, anti-torpedo. Not important, because I will not be closing to torpedo range. It's not going to happen. Single hull, maybe triple. It is going to maximize against mines and torpedoes. Again, I don't really need that, but it does give me that resistance. No, I think investing in a citadel would be more useful. This is the all-or-nothing armor scheme. The methods for the most efficient armor utilization, protecting the ship's vitals, especially against plunging fire. Now that is exactly what the biggest risk is on this mission. Because you're firing at such long ranges that the shells are not going to come in at like this angle, but they're going to come in at this angle, and they're going to plunge through your deck. So I want a very good citadel, and I also want to have a very good deck armor. It is going to add to my armor weight, but I think the ship can sustain that. What else would I need? Anti-flood. Potentially. If something strikes my lower hull and does cause flooding, this should stop it. Bulkheads. Let's go for reinforced 2. I am 1 battleship going up against 2 others. Let's throw on the maximum amount of bulkheads. This is... well, it's not exactly everything that I can do to maximize survivability, but it's not far from it. Now, I still have 20 million left and 14,000 tons. I'm thinking of going with super heavy shells, because they give me more accuracy and more penetration. So let's throw those on. That will add a little bit to the reload. I have a range of 24 kilometers. I have a reload time of 2 minutes though, 114 seconds. But I can up that. I can up that to semi-auto, which is not going to do miracles for it, but it will push it down to 83. which is actually quite the improvement. Hydraulic turrets, let's go for electrical, because I don't need a whole lot of turret reverse, but some would be nice. Then, the type of ammo, or the type of explosive that I'm using. I'm going to go for high TNT. Shell cost, plus 1,000. Detonation chance, 2.5, or less than, minus 2.5. Chance of fire, a little higher, but it just does more damage. These shells already, if they hit, do 8,760 damage. With this installed, the game doesn't... Oh, there it does. It recomputes. 9,300 or 9,636. What else do I want? I'm gonna go carry more shells. 35% increased shells, because now I have 270. And I might need those, because this is a pretty long engagement. What else do I need? A rangefinder, yes. Long-range rangefinding. Plus 30% long gun or gun long range accuracy, as opposed to more aiming speed and more base accuracy. Long range accuracy is good. Radio direction finding would be very handy. It could augment my radar in being able to track where the enemy is communicating. And then the radar. I'm going to go for improved radar rangefinder. 200% tower spotting. 30% gun aiming speed. 55% bonus to gun long range accuracy. That is a really, really nice upgrade. Okay, I'm almost at budget. Tech like this is not cheap. That takes you 6 million to install a Generation 2 radar. But it will also allow me to get a little faster in identifying where exactly the enemy is. Maybe I need to shave off... Yeah, I'm not going to go with the radio, because I still need to add some armor to this boat. Ship. My bad. Deck armor. It's plunging fire. Speaking of plunging fire, my guns. Let's say I'm fighting at about 15 kilometers. 16-inch guns is not likely what those older battleships have. Let's do a little experiment. And let's say that they have 12-inch guns. 12-inch guns at 15 kilometers can penetrate 2.3 inch of deck armor if they're plunging. If they are directly firing, it's going to be 11 inch. 11 and a half. So I would probably need something in the range of 14 inch of standard armor. And then a bit more deck armor. That's the plan. Also, I'm not sure if this amount of guns is going to be enough. The problem is, I am really pushing my budget. Alright, let's bring... Oh, there we go. Deck, or the ship's too expensive. I need to save on something. Auxiliary 1? Yeah, that's another 3 million, or 2.5. Damn, that goes up fast. "12-inch belt armor, 7-inch deck armor. Turret top is also something that I really quite need. I'm going to go over budget, and then I'm going to try and bring the cost back under control. What if I go with standards? Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go with standard, and just hope that my accuracy is good enough. I could go with a couple of secondary guns, which are not to be underestimated. Because I can still fit an 8-inch secondary on here. So that's a couple of 8-inch secondaries on a bow firing point. Can I also install casemate guns here? 8 inches. They can fire only out to a distance of 12.5 clicks. So they're not fantastic. I will build 0 battleships. Sure. That's a very low amount of battleships right there. Lower the barbette armor. No, it's not enough. Something is really expensive. What about going back to geared? Nope, it's more expensive. Less of this. No, I still want to keep my survivability. I can try reducing the displacement a little, but I cannot do it too much. There. Displacement of 60,000 tons. Let's say 59,800. Now I'm back. Oops. Now I'm back at the standard budget. Really. But my displacement is a little less. How's my funnel at this point? Oh, I only need one funnel. Oh, alright. How heavy are those things? 1,244 tons. And they also cost me 600,000. Oh, damn. That's expensive. Okay. Weight offset 4 is 6%. Can I drag that turret even further back? As a sort of balancing act? Yeah, here would do. 4 weight offset, 0.7%. If I can bring this turret slightly further back, I might have no 4 weight offset. Aft weight offset, 2.7. Oh. So if I bring that thing back in, 4 weight offset, 2.4. Yeah, here's the spot. 0.5. The more stable this ship is, the better its accuracy is going to be. So that's why I'm really paying attention to exactly how much weight offset I have. Now, from the front, I'm going to have those big 16-inchers. I'm going to have a couple of 8-inchers on turrets. And I have the 8-inchers on casemates. So that's these two. Aside from the battleships, there is nothing else that I'm facing. Nothing. So that should allow me to just ignore any other firepower. Maybe I can up the ammo count. No, that's 3 million in ammo. Oh, damn, that's a lot. Okay, well, I guess let's see if this works. What I quite like about this particular mission is you don't exactly know where the enemy is, so you're going to first. And after that, you're going to have to chase them down. And that's why I built this battleship as fast as it is. We're the Austro-Hungarian Empire. We're chasing down 2 French battleships. And as you can see, I have no idea where they are. Sometimes, though, the game gives you this indicator that says, hey, we have spotted smoke to a particular direction. Question is, where? Let's see what my DDs have. 18-inch torps and 4 and 3-inch guns. 1 4 and 1 3. Oh, wow. If I'd had RPF, or radio direction finding, not radio position finding, radio direction finding, that would have been more helpful. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Enemy is spotted to the south. To the south we shall go. This, however, is not a very fast-turning battleship, but it's not using its rudder to the best of its ability. See there, that little line? You sometimes get that indicator that goes there, that one. That's where they are. Now I have 2 hours and 20 minutes to complete this objective. I need to find the guys first. And I then need to catch up to them. And that's why I went with these 16 inchers. Just to maximize the chance of actually getting them there at that range. Because I can fire out to 24. And I've put my fire mode to safe. So they're only going to fire if they have good accuracy. Otherwise, there's really no point in firing. Continue on that bearing. Yep. That little arrow is an indicator telling you where exactly you need to be going. Now I'm perfectly on course. Still nothing seen. I hope that radar is going to pick them up soon. Because we're picking up enemy smoke, but nothing else. Now look at this. At 13... make that 14 clicks. I still have an accuracy of 6.5%. And that is before actually trying to fire a shot. The more you fire, the better your accuracy becomes. So it is actually pretty important to open up pretty early and just build your accuracy from there. Oh, we got one. Or we did temporarily. What about these DDs that I have? What's their speed? 33.5. Excellent. That is really good, because that means that they can keep up with the battleship. I've also had random ships, like the AI generates these destroyers, which were slower than my battlecruisers. At that point, I was using battlecruisers, not one battleship. And the battlecruisers were doing a comfortable 34 knots. But the destroyers were doing 31 maximum, so they were falling behind a lot. I do consider the destroyers to be an interesting asset, but not terribly useful. Because I think that they might not be able to close into the battleships enough. So we'll just have to see how effective these guys are going to be. I'm still heading in the right direction. Ah! All the way out there. How far is that? 36 kilometers? Jesus. We're going to be taking our sweet time getting there. This is why I'm happy I'm doing 30 knots. But it's going to take me probably at least another hour before I can get close enough to open fire on that ship. Now that's one of them. Where's the other? Oh, the other one's even farther ahead. Jeez. Should I have made this battleship faster? Faster than 30 knots? Or should I just have gone with the battle cruisers? Well, I hope you guys brought a deck of cards, because we're going to be here a while. Ship identification, 47%. So we're gathering intel on him. Let's see what we have on him so far. He seems to have a pretty sizable armament on him. Triple guns, so less accuracy. A couple of side mounts. Those could be 10-inch. I think they can be no bigger than 11, because the mounts don't fit anything larger than that. The triple ones on the stern I'm not too worried about. See, this one's going to open up first, and then these. Because these need more proximity. They need less range to be able to accurately fire. 33 kilometers out. Well, we have 1 hour and 40 minutes. So I guess we might be able to do it. But only if we actually slam through their decks with very good accuracy and start to do a load of damage. If I fire at my maximum range of 22,500 meters, or rather my maximum range of 24, but let's say the stats were 22,500, I can penetrate belt armor of 10 inch and 5 inches of deck armor. Okay. Now, the more I learn about these ships, the more I can tell whether that's actually a possibility. It looks like it might be two different types of ship. Here we are. Actually, let's keep that up. We got the Provenance, doing 24.5 knots. It has an armor of 1.9 to 13.6 inches. It has a couple of 14 inches and 12 inches and 3-inch secondaries. The other battleship, unknown. Still working identification. It could be a similar build, although this one has more bow turrets than the other one. Provenance only comes with one of those bow turrets. Now, what's the range to the Provenance? 31. 31. This guy's probably also doing at least 24 knots, 24 and a half, because he, I think, is the division leader. We're about to get full identification on him. His secondaries here seem a little smaller. Let's see what we have. We got 10-inch, well, if you want to call that secondaries, we got 10-inch guns mounted on the sides, 14-inch on the bow and the stern, 4-inch guns, and torpedoes. Now I said I'm not going to be facing torpedoes. I know that I am facing torpedoes, but only at a range of 7. Which still means that I'm actually not really too scared of the torpedoes. So hopefully this should be fine. This one has 1.9 to 13.6 inches of armor. This one has way less. I think this battleship sacrificed armor for guns and speed. Displacement 25,300. Displacement 28,000. Keep in mind, guys, that I, with my battleship, displace more than these two battleships together. That's how heavy this ship is. 59,800 tons. Armor 1.5 to 12 inch. And these guys have 10.9 and the other one... Oh, the other one actually has a bit more armor than I do. But their guns fire out to a maximum range of 16.8. I fire out to a maximum of 24. So if I can just keep a comfortable, let's say, 20 kilometers off of them, then I should be able to start doing damage, hopefully to their engines to slow them down. And that will allow me to close in a little more. Constantly slamming that ship from above, so hopefully slamming right through the deck armor. And with that, also potentially disable their turrets. What I have seen happen on this mission is that you also start to knock out funnels, which is rather important. Because as far as I can tell, if you knock out a funnel, it's going to make the ship accelerate slower. But I gotta say, that's at the moment not the least of my worries. That is the least of my worries, because this ship is still out at 30 kilometers. I have an hour to catch up to these guys. So, let's say that since these guys are doing 24.5, let's make it 25 for easy calculation. I know I'm comparing kilometers per hour to knots, but I'm closing in at about 5 knots per hour, which is 9.5 kilometers an hour. So, only in an hour is the Valorous over here going to be in range, which is not soon enough. It just won't work. I'm going to have to go back to shipyard, rebuild this ship, see if I can crank out a couple more knots. Oh, that was a restart. No, rebuild ship. That will also make it more expensive. Quite a lot so, in fact. 33 knots. That's the most that I can get out of it, but I am spending a whole lot on that. What if I go for heavy shells? It saves me a little, not enough. Citadel. Tier 4. Yeah, that should just about do it. Then throw on a bit more armor. Yeah, the deck extended has really little armor on it. There. Okay, so now I can do 33 knots. Sacrificing some penetration and some gun range. But also getting slightly better reload time. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. Whoops. Oh, I hate it that you sometimes accidentally click on a gun and it thinks you want to remove it. No, I don't want to remove it. I was just seeing what sort of effect it has depending on where exactly I place it. Here, perfect stability. Perfect. Launch. We're now fighting the Gaulois class battleship, apparently. And something else. Enemy spotted to the west. Alright, make best speed west. Increase to 33 knots. These things can do 35. The Uzok and the Velebit. Caliber 19-inch torpedoes. Damn. That is some firepower you got there. Alright, we're still the Siegreiche. And, well, I think we're still fighting the French, but the big question is, what sort of ship did the AI generate? Because it doesn't necessarily have to be the same ship. It could be a different build. And that's what I really quite like about this game. It doesn't let you fight the same enemy every time. So you could have a design that works when you're fighting one battle and you think, ah, okay, so they got 12-inch guns. I need to adjust. I need to make my armor a little heavier. And then you get that armor, you go back into battle, and then you go, hey, hold on. They didn't have 15-inch guns a moment ago. And there you go. So that makes it really interesting. It really makes it a challenge to constantly try and keep up to what is going on. And to come up with a design that works for just more than one particular build. Now, 33 knots. This would make me about, let's say, 8 knots faster than anything that else I might be encountering. I could send my destroyers ahead. So I would say, no, don't screen, just go steady at maximum speed. They're going to need to catch up to those ships anyway if they want to have any chance of torping them at 8-kilometer range. So they're going to need all that speed that they can muster. Just so long as they don't accidentally slam into the battleship. Two hours, 12 minutes. It's too dangerous to go that fast. What are you talking about? Ah, we got one. We got both of them. Alright. See, fewer side guns. But potentially a bigger caliber on the stern. And 2 guns on the bow. Or 2 turrets. The other one? No, that's mine. That one. Side-mounted guns. Pretty sizable armament on the front. Pretty sizable armament on the stern. Range to target. 23.6. This time we were able to catch them pretty quick. And we already have an almost full identification on them. So it's probably... There we go. We're already locked on target. We're already firing. See that? Up there? That's a shell. That's a shell. It's not a spaceship. It's not a falling star. Or a shooting star. That is a shell that is trying to hit this ship. It's just going to take its sweet time getting there. Look at the angle. Holy shit. I have 600 rounds. Which arguably should be enough. Now, I believe that the game calculates this as 1 stash of ammo. So this is going to mean that despite that you have 3 turrets, they'll share the same ammo storage. It's not like you have 200 there, 200 there, and 200 there. You got 600 on the whole ship. Alright, we're about to fire again. Look at that. That is magnificent. Speed up. Let's see what we know about these ships so far. 93% on the stern one. And here come the shells, which are still nowhere near. But then again, I wasn't quite expecting that. My accuracy is only 2%. How fast can you go? You can do 21 knots? Oh, that changes everything. Because if I'm at cruise speed, so that's full speed, I'm still doing 26, 27, and I get more accuracy. So let's speed it along a little. I'm going to find that the ship is going to slow down. I get 34% accuracy bonus from technologies, 125.5% from long-range tech and towers. But as you can see, it's going down a little. Because I'm going to actually close in. That seemed to have been an HE round. Instead of AP. Accuracy, 3.2%. Then again, we're trying to hit something 21 kilometers away. Speed it up, because this can take a while before we actually get accurate. Oh, that was not bad. That was quite close. Accuracy 3.3. See, normally on this list over here, over on the left, you also get a notification that says, hey, your accuracy is being reduced because of a particular platform problem. The platform is the ship. It's the type of ship that you're using and how stable it is. The current platform is getting slightly more stable. As you can see, 16.6 cruise speed, but also no negative, no penalties. Your range, 17.5. I don't quite like this. We're gonna speed up. Hold your fire. Oh, we're on 4.9. At 25 or 20.5 clicks. You can fire out to 20 clicks. He might start firing. Because he has spotted me. Hard not to, really. Seeing as I'm making a hell of a lot of flashes over in the distance. 20 clicks. 19. At 20 clicks, I have a 1.9% chance to hit. You can see that my accuracy dropped a little bit. It's because I'm speeding up again. So I don't get that cruise speed bonus. Turrets are swiveling back. Look at that. He's trying to lock on. But he has a 0.1% chance to hit with his 14-inch. And a 0.2% chance to hit with his 12-inch. I'm at 5% currently. I'm at 18.8. Open fire. Shells are still going all over the place. Next salvo. Up. We're gonna strike. Yep. Damage to the main gun. And we set a fire. Holy shit, that was one shell that landed. That's what a 16-inch gun does. Take no prisoners. Accuracy 6.6. Ah, we're getting return fire now. That salvo's not great. Now let's see if we're actually taking fire. We're taking hits. I don't really expect that yet, because his accuracy is also still building up. And then even if he does get his accuracy up, his chances of hitting are still not great. See, there we go. 1.2 and 1.3. And the other one has also been identified. This is the Gascon. It has 14-inch guns and 12-inch midships. And a bunch of 2-inch secondaries, but a whole lot of those. Look at that ship light up when I hover over that. Okay. So this one is the first one we're going to take down. And he has taken more damage. He was on... hit on the stern belt. Partial pen, 121 damage. Structural is already down to 92%. Whereas the Seereiche has not taken any damage yet. They haven't even taken a hit yet. Their rate of fire, though, is definitely better than mine. He reloads in 61 seconds. I reload in 77 seconds, but I punch or I hit far harder if I actually hit him. Looking decent. No. Where are my destroyers? The destroyers are ahead of the battleship, but they still need to do 10 kilometers before they actually get near. So let's tell them to start heading in that direction at their top speed of 35. Now I know that I can slow down to get that accuracy bonus, but if I do, then I might not be in time to catch the Gascoigne before it runs off. So I'm going to have to stick to that full speed of 33 knots. Did he get hit? Yep, he got hit again. Partial pen, 120 or 119 damage. This is going to take a while. This turret's not looking too bad. They're not looking too good. Might have been knocked out. Couple of hits on the stern, seemingly no damage. We're still fine, completely unhit. Accuracy of the main guns, 17%. And we're also starting to fire now with the secondaries. The 8 inches. Oh, we've been hit. We're on fire. Look at that. That's all the 8 inches. All the chase guns, if you will. Look at this turret. Almost free firing over the main ship itself. I could go for a slight maneuver. So make, let's say, 10 to 15 degrees starboard. And that might also get my stern turret involved. But is it worth it? Because I'm also being pulled off course at that point. Let's go back to the Gaulois. Gaulois so far hasn't really taken that much damage. Which I find a bit disappointing because we have fired a decent amount of rounds at him so far. It's my chance to pen. Not great. But the 8 inchers might be able to put fires. Accuracy 22%. 24. Come on, let me see some of that damage. That's another hit for a whole 4 damage. Oh, sorry, that was 82 damage. I'm looking at my own ship. Should be looking at this one. The hunt is on. Oh, so close. Come on. Get those rounds on target. I know I'm not making it easy going at full speed, but we need that speed. Otherwise, we're not going to catch the Gascoigne. Keep going. Seems like another hit. 24 damage. Oh, actually, that's the destroyers. The DDs are getting involved with their main guns. Really? The 5 inch and the 4 inches are firing. Oh, this is funny. How fast are my torpedoes? Oh, there we go, 42 knots. Still, I only have a range of 8 kilometers. So he is in range, but he's also moving away from me. Which means that trying to hit him with torpedoes is not going to be easy. Fortunately, his secondaries are not very potent. There we go, funnel destroyed, and he's on fire. His secondaries are not very potent. Oh, this is even better. Which means that the destroyers might not be at that much of a risk. Now, I just destroyed his secondary tower. There. Which means that his gun accuracy probably is going to take quite a hit. Because the secondary tower seems to have a pretty important role in accuracy. My ship, still perfectly fine. It's barely taken a scratch. Sure enough, it's taken a couple of hits. But I have so much armor that the ship really doesn't quite care. The same cannot be said for the Gaulois. We're now firing at a 58% accuracy. With, how much is that? 26% chance to kill? Or to pen? I'm not quite getting that. Normally you see how much chance you have to pen it. Hit chance 26. That's pretty much all I can say about it. I think I'm mostly still relying on the main guns from the Siegreiche before the Ushok and the Velebit can get into range and actually do damage with their torpedoes. Although at this point they might be able to. In fact, at least the Ushok has already launched his torpedoes. And the Velebit, which by the way is a different build, has not yet launched its torpedoes. I want you to hold off until I tell you otherwise. Where are the torpedoes? Because you've launched, but... where? Oh, here. There's a couple of torpedoes. That's a terrible angle. Ushok, hold off on torpedo fire unless otherwise directed. Now we have taken some damage. You can see that some of the plating seems to have been a little bit damaged. But otherwise fine. How far is the Gascon? Shit, that thing's still far. This thing's still 21 kilometers out. That is pretty far. And he can do 26 knots. And I think that he is doing 26 knots. Fortunately, this one I can catch. This one only has a speed of 18 knots at this point. This one is in fact doing its 26. So he's leaving his body behind and running off as quickly as he can. Which I think in his case is probably the best bet. Because his armament is fair. But he has minimum bulkheads. So any damage is likely, or any hits are likely to do a good portion of damage. Alright. I think we're still firing HE. Or, well, some of the turrets are firing HE. The main guns are probably not firing HE. Look at that accuracy. 76%. Here it comes. And it smashes into the ship. Doing very little damage. Doing very little damage indeed. Okay, that was a little underwhelming. Ushok doesn't have its torpedoes ready, unfortunately. I think it'd be a good idea to set smoke with the Ushok. For some reason the smoke goes for both ships. But the torpedoes and torpedo settings only go for one ship. If the game could normalize that, that would be great. Oh, he's turning? Why on earth would you want to turn? Oh, a torpedo just hit him. Very nice. The Ushok does have torpedoes ready. Let's send them out. So launcher is that? That's a triple. The quadruple is still reloading. Off. The Velebit. How far away are you? 3.1 clicks. Oh, he has his engine out. Or at least part of it. He can do 14 knots. And it seems to be that he's really having a beef with his destroyers now. What are your guns pointing at? Yep, most, if not all the guns, are going for the destroyer. Which I think might be the best call, because he does not really have a good chance of actually killing my battleship. Goes into destruction to the barbette. Torpedoes are still on the way, so that was just the main guns from the Siegreiche doing the damage. Here come the torpedoes. Another barbette's been destroyed. Destroyed the main tower, destroyed the funnel. That poor ship. I have a 100% chance to now hit. I'm operating at a range of 4 kilometers. He just took torpedo hit from one torpedo. He's flooding. He's heavily burning. He's taking damage to most of his guns. The main tower's been destroyed. Accuracy is down to 2%. The Gaulois is finished. The mission is not. Because we still need to get to that other one. Destroyed another funnel. He's down to 7.5 knots. Velebit, send out your torpedoes. Torpedoes away. I want this group to start heading towards that other battleship at best speed. There's the torpedoes in the water. Now, he has already taken quite a bit of damage to the port flank. So there is a good chance that these torpedoes might not do as much as I want, but they always do structural damage. So they're always going to do something. Holy crap, you're not going to like that. Here it comes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 torpedoes, and he's dead. Target destroyed. Velebit took a decent hit. Are you down in speed? Yeah, he can do 28 knots. The Ushok can do far more. And the Siegreiche is somewhere in between. Siegreiche can reach out and try and hit the Gascon. Accuracy is probably shitty. Yeah, 1.9%. I still have plenty of ammo. So I didn't really have anything to worry about ammo-wise. I just need to try and keep this thing in range, keep closing in, and keep doing the damage. Unfortunately, I can only do it at ×3. Oh well. 3% chance to hit. Look at this though. Siegreiche has taken a couple of hits, but almost nothing. Structural is still 100% intact. Float, 100% intact. Sure, we've been put on fire, but thanks to that auxiliary system, that got put out fast. So yes, it might have hurt a little, but really not that much. Now hitting this thing and doing damage is going to be a challenge for quite a bit. Once we are going to get good accuracy on him, I think he's going to go down faster than his brother. Or sister ship. Well, no, actually it's not a sister ship. Than his division mate. Because his armor is less and his bulkheads are minimum. So any damage is going to be quite good. Ah, 5 times speed. Perfect. Accuracy once again is slowly building up. 3.8. Are we actually chasing the guy? Yeah, make a slight course correction. Very good. Where are you? Oh, I already skipped way past him. Here he is. He does have his guns already pointing towards the target, but I think he doesn't have an eye on me yet. It's like he doesn't quite know my position. So this again highlights the difference between having advanced tech and radar, among that, versus not having it. We're getting closer to target, 4.4. So good. If I could put this on ×10, it'd be lovely, but according to the game, it is too dangerous to go that fast. Hit! Funnel destroyed. It's dropping in speed to 25.8. And look at that, that was one hit. That took out 10% of his structure. It did 443 damage. Another one, another funnel destroyed. 12% damage. That was a 472 damage hit. Speed reduced, 24 knots, out of the original 26.5. He still hasn't returned fire. I think those were a couple of semi-lucky hits. Why are you swinging your turrets back? More income in. Miss. How far are you? 16. At 13, the secondaries are going to join the party. That's going to still be a while. And I still have 57 minutes left, so that should be more than enough time. Now I'm happy that I was able to do some damage to that funnel system of his. So he's losing a bit of speed. That allows me to close in faster and build up my accuracy faster. How fast do these things gain accuracy? At 10 kilometers out, you already jump to 13%. That is with the flat standard bonuses. And I'm already sitting at 6.6 at a range of 15.6. So fairly soon we're going to be seeing that in the double digits. 10%, 12%. Oh, jeez, he took a big hit when I wasn't paying attention. Look at that. He's down to 15 knots. Massive structural damage. I'm seeing damage to 2 of the funnels. His engine's been damaged, his rudder's been damaged. And, well, he isn't quite flooding out yet. But holy shit. And looking at his ammo complement, he hasn't fired once. That's probably because the accuracy is too bad. Accuracy 0.2% chance at 14.7 clicks. Which is the distance that I'm currently at. But it's just not worth it for him to fire. I kind of feel sorry for this ship now. Oh, there we go. First salvo. 1% chance to hit. Siegreiche in the meanwhile, 13%. Return fire incoming. Doesn't look too good. These are definitely not going to hit, and those ones are probably going to fall to the port. Where's that hit going? Way over the ship. Okay. 16%. 17. Let's slow down. We got this guy dead to rights. 18%. I should be starting to build up that advantage right about now. I'm slowing down. 31 knots to 27 is the objective. 18%. I want to make a slight port turn to hopefully also get that other turret joining in. Secondaries are going. The hunt is on. He's taking even more damage now. We don't quite have it yet. On cruise ship bonus, 16%, 32% chance to hit now. Main gun has been damaged on the Gascon. And it seems to be going for the Ujok at this point. Which is only 4.5 kilometers out. I think that's a secondary round incoming. Still not exactly accurate. 7.5 and 7.3. Why 7.3? Doesn't quite say that. 58.4% chance to hit with a 16-inch gun? Seriously? I think at this point the stern turret is also firing. Let's have a look. Yep, I think it just fired. Come on, finish him off. We can call it a day. More hits. Surprisingly, he's still afloat, and I think he has been able to pump out some of the water. Is he no longer making as much of a side angle as he had? 44% chance to hit, 46. This is the DD, by the way. Main gun hit, funnel hit, speed reduced to 8.5 knots. Accuracy on the main ship, almost 50. A range of 10. Let's give him the good news. Torpedoes out. Funnel hits. One more funnel has been damaged at least. Main gun hit. The game also, by the way, gives you some information on which guns are operational. Because I think it's this indicator. It's red, yellow. So this one's definitely off, out. The other one is out. This one is still functional. I think the game could do a slightly better job at telling me exactly what they still have operational. But it sort of works. Casemate's been damaged. Let's just finish it off. This is already a 60-minute video at this point. Where's the torpedoes? Here come the torpedoes. Looks like we're gonna get 2 or 3 hits. Yeah, there's the torpedo hits right on the stern. Unfortunately, not a great area because he already took quite a few torpedo hits there. But I imagine you still won't be too happy about that. Oh, the Uzhok's taking damage. Get out of here, buddy. Retreat. There we go. Conning tower's been destroyed. That's his main tower destroyed, and his accuracy has just dropped to 1% and 3.8. That also has to do with the amount of damage that he's taken and the side angle that he's making. The structure is almost entirely gone. I'd say that this design worked quite well. Let's see if I can go for long range accuracy, go for big guns to get that accuracy at long range with good guns that actually can utilize the range and make their ship really, really fast. Alternatively, I could have gone for 2 battle cruisers, which is what I went with initially. And 2 battle cruisers also works. Alright. Well, that's the mission. Mission complete, and that's the episode. So I hope you enjoyed it, the great chase. Let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comments, and I shall catch you guys soon on another episode of Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts.